how this fire may have started.
It is chaos.
Apocalyptic fury.
The inferno began.
Welcome to Chapin's Inferno, a wandering cauldron of politically incorrect commentary. I told you this was going to be a huge day for Infernos. I think I'm going to post the last two on Thursday, maybe even on Friday, because, I don't know, just people don't like all that. Breitbart, new Swedish consent laws could require written permission for sexual relations. The left-wing Swedish governing coalition is looking to drastically tighten the country's sexual consent laws, which will require prior verbal or written consent from both partners in the near future. The government has said the new laws, which will go into effect in July of next year, will require both partners to have explicit verbal or written consent in order to engage in sexual activity. Previous Swedish law stated that sexual relations were deemed consensual as long as neither partner said no, except in cases of extreme intoxication. Let's be honest, with all this stuff, a woman can get you locked up whenever she feels like it. Whatever was said can be misinterpreted or reinterpreted in a creative manner, or they can just lie about you. Now, the new legislation claims to only require oral permission beforehand, but many have speculated that in a potential rape allegation, it would be wiser to have the permission written down on paper. Then you're going to need like a handwriting expert just to say if it's actually the person who signed it. Social Democratic Prime Minister Stefan Löfven defended the new legislation on Sunday, saying the message is simple. You need to ask the person you want to have sex about if she wants it. If you are unsure, you have to leave it. Sex must be voluntary. Now, your average Swedish male, indigenous Swedish male, is in a huge cluster bleep because there are more of these rapes going on and he's being blamed for them, but he's not actually committing them. It's the migrants that are committing all these acts, and they're reluctant to, for political correctness reasons, if they can't mention that it's the migrants, they can't identify the person, so it just turns into men. So your normal docile Swedish male on the street is now being blamed for stuff he never did. The law is said to be inspired by the Me Too campaign, which has seen several prominent media organizations and even the far leftist activist group Expo rocked by sexual misconduct allegations. Swedish politicians and the mainstream media have largely agreed on the new law without much in the way of debate. One dissenting voice has been Stalinist columnist Staffan Heimerson, who called the new law a witch hunt and likened it to Stalin's purges. That's where I got Stalin from. Must have saw that. He was fired by the newspaper Aftonbladet soon after making his remarks. Despite the already tough rape and sexual assault laws, Sweden continues to see instances of often brutal rapes, including a case earlier this week in which a 17-year-old was reportedly partially lit on fire after being raped. Some, like lawyer Elizabeth Fritz, have claimed the majority of suspects in rape cases are migrants or come from migrant backgrounds, though the government has refused to release statistics on the suspects' criminal ethnic backgrounds. Well, we all know that that's the case, but they're not going to change their left-wing ideology to fit reality, and they never do, and we never stop fighting them here at Chapin's Inferno.